People, welcome to my match reaction as Manchester United are on their way to Wembley. We will take on Newcastle United at Wembley for the Carabao Cup final in Eric Ten Hag's first final as Manchester United manager, his first chance to get some silverware. And we've beaten Forest by 2-0 on the night and 5-0 whitewash over the two legs. You know what? It wasn't a very good game. It wasn't a very good game, especially the first half. I don't think Eric Ten Hag would have been happy about that. Garnacho just couldn't get into the game. Nothing really was coming from Anthony. Weghorst hit the post towards the end of the first half. But we just had no control over the game. Really sloppy in midfield, just wasn't creating anything. Neither were Forest, really. A little bit on the counter-attack. But it was us. It was us just not playing at the required level. And before I get to the goals and what the positives were, I think actually Garnacho had a good lesson today in his professional career. They tried to rough him up a little bit. I think Nico Williams was getting onto him. Another young player in Brennan Johnson as well was trying to get onto him as well. There was a little red card incident that could have been a red card. And you thought to yourself, can he handle the emotion? Will he get himself sent off? And he managed to come through that. And then Ten Hag made a trio of substitutions, which changed everything, really, which went on to change the course of the game. But actually, like I said, in the first half, there wasn't really anything to go by. And it just proves that even when Ten Hag keeps playing the same 11, we know that there's still inconsistencies there. Actually, you can talk about Christian Eriksen not being there. We didn't have control over the game. Was that coincidental? Can't say it's all down to him not being there, but it was a bit of a coincidence that as soon as he wasn't there, we just literally just had nothing in the first half. We didn't create much. We wasn't good on the ball. The build-up wasn't good. The passing wasn't good. The ball retention wasn't good. The patterns of play, just everything that we'd work on to make us a good team right now, we just wasn't doing in the first half. But second half, I think we raised it a little bit. But really, the game changed when he brought on the three Musketeers. On come Martial, on comes Rashford, and great to see Jadon Sancho back again as well in the Manchester United shirt. It was great to see him out of there. And if Bruno picked him out, actually, he could have had a good shot on goal, which he probably would have scored. But I'm not saying Sancho came on and lit it up and looked absolutely amazing. It was just good to see him out there. He's been out since October, trying to get his mind right, trying to get his fitness right, trying to get back into this squad and get back into his Manchester United career. And he's managed to get back to a level where he's able to contribute. And you know what? I looked at our bench before the game, and it's interesting because how many times have we said our squad depth isn't good and, it's not good enough? And you've taken out Donny and you've taken out Fred. Sabitzer was in the stands. Sorry, not taken out Fred. You've taken out Donny and you've taken out Eriksen. But on the bench today, we had Martial, Rashford, who else? Sancho. That's a strong bench. You had Lindelof on there. I know Mark Maguire came on late on as well. That was a pretty strong bench where you're looking at it like, you know what, that can come on and change a game, which is exactly what we needed to happen. Actually, a good ball from Bruno to Rashford for the last goal. He gets the ball across for Fred. And you know what? On Rashford, again, it was a cameo. It was more of a cameo for him today. But this kid, the guy's just always affected the game. It doesn't matter whether he scores or he assists. It doesn't matter whether he starts or he comes off the bench. He's just finding a way to consistently impact games. And it was good that he can get a rest. One thing we have kind of seen is how reliant we are on Marcus Rashford. To do something, to be a little bit of an inspiration for us. We saw it in the first leg as well, even though we went on to win the game comfortably and did so today as well. It's like everything kind of is going through Rashi because he's in, shit hot form, but also because we're just really reliant on him, and you want to see threats from all over the pitch as well. I think Weghorst should have done better with his header as well, but again, he's Ten Hag said it. He said it to KG in the presser. He's expecting more from him. He wants to see more from him, but he's also doing what he expected him to do, which was to link the play, have a good pitch awareness, have a good presence on the pitch, and get on the end of things. And he did that against Forest in the first leg, and should have got himself another goal here tonight as well. But you know what? Away from the game, this is massive for us, man. This is massive. A Carabao Cup final against a tough opponent in Newcastle United. That is not going to be an easy final, but bring it on. Bring on Newcastle. Bring them on. Let's have it with them because, they haven't been to Wembley for over 20 years, I think it is. So much going on at their football club. And for us in our first season with Eric Ten Hag in his first 6 or 7 months, this would be a massive achievement to win the Carabao Cup, and I think the finals are towards the end of February, so that kicks you on. If you can win the Carabao Cup, we've seen it before when Manchester City have done it, obviously, albeit different part of the table than where we currently are, but it gives the squad confidence. It gives you the basis and the platform to go on and have a strong end to the season, man. And even just away from a strong end to the season, for Eric Ten Hag and this bunch of players, for this group of players, it just makes a statement, and it solidifies all the hard work he's been doing to come in and win the first available trophy at club level, which is the Carabao Cup. You can only play what's in front of you. To come in and do that would be huge. That would show these players that if they didn't know already, which they do, which we can see because they've improved, but if they didn't know already, that would show you, we're back. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Ten Hag's come straight in, trophy in his first season, hopefully top four as well. That's what we've been asking for. We are on course to get what we saw as the maximum. To be honest with you, I was saying the best we could finish was fifth. I really did believe that from where we was coming from last season. But the confidence is there, the results are there. We're keeping clean sheets as well at the moment. I know we had a little bit of a patch, and actually it goes back to the little bit of patch of that double games that we had against Palace and against Arsenal, where we conceded late in both of those. And you're thinking, are we just losing our way a little bit? Can we bounce back? And you can look at the opposition and say, Forest twice and Reading. It's not exactly great, is it? They're a great opposition, but I don't see it like that. I see it as you still have to prove you can bounce back, and you can only play what's in front of you. And to be fair, over two legs, we've done what we're supposed to do, which is turn up and play to the not to our best of our ability, because I think there were moments in the first game where we wasn't at our best, and definitely half today. But we've beaten Forest over two legs 5-0. What more can you ask for than that? 5 goals. They haven't scored against us in 2 legs. And then we dealt with Reading as well. What was that? 3-0 as well. So you can't ask for more than that. You really can't. And actually, everyone managed to get a rest as well. And I love that Eric Ten Hag keeps playing the same squad. I love that he keeps playing the big players. And KG was going up in the car, obviously with Marcel, and I saw their road trip. And he was saying, look, KG said it, and I agree. And Ten Hag also said it's about momentum. Got to keep these players in the groove. You got to keep them hungry for more. And actually, Martial coming back and Jadon Sancho now, they could almost be like new signings for, from now until the end of the season, when we've got so much more games. And this is what we want. We wanted competition for places. We wanted a good, healthy squad. I know we've just lost a couple. Well, we've lost a few in Scott McTominay, in Ericsson, and obviously with Donny being out for the season. But what I will say is that with those 3 coming back into it, well, all coming off the bench today, not those 3, but in terms of Martial and Jadon Sancho, that's massive. That is massive to have them back. They can literally be like new players for us. And on the right hand side, Anthony needs something to fight against. The right hand side's his. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Pellistri can come in a little bit, Elanga can come in a little bit, but by and large, we know it's Anthony, and it is Anthony's spot. But if you're Jadon Sancho, okay, there's been a few, not question marks over Anthony, but we've had a few reservations where we kind of want to see more. And he's getting better as well. Maybe he's getting better just in time, because Jadon Sancho can look to attack that spot and say, put me in, I'm ready to go. And it's only going to be a good thing that he got some minutes on the pitch tonight as well. So I'm pleased, man. And you know what? Away from the first half performance, like I said, job done. We're on our way to Wembley. I can't wait to be there. It's going to be a massive, massive game between 2 massive clubs. And what a final that's going to be. And just on that final, like I touched on it a little bit at the beginning of the video, it really isn't going to be an easy game. Yeah, you can say on paper, we should beat Newcastle United, etc. But, they've got the best defence in the country. They've got the bit between their tails. They are a bit between the teeth, sorry. They are massively confident. They don't concede goals. And for them, you think about what it is to win a trophy in the first 6 months for us with Eric Ten Hag. Well, for them, within their first year, I think they just got to a year in January now of their takeover. Look at the intent that would show the Newcastle supporters, and how big it would be for them, for their club. So absolutely huge for both teams, for both clubs, but in completely different ways. Newcastle with new owners looking to gate crash the so-called top 6 and win the Premier League within the next 10 years, and are the richest club in the world. as it stands, supposedly. And Manchester United under a new era where our manager's literally come in and says, all eras come to an end. He wants to knock Man City off their perch. He wants to knock Liverpool off their perch. They've done that to themselves, really, to be honest. They've been shocking this year. But you get what he means. He's like, basically records are there to be broken. Eras are there to come. All eras come to an end. So for both of our teams, it is a massive cup final at Wembley. That is what you want to be part of for these players, under this manager. And this is what Ten Hag wants. He wants to win trophies. So, yeah, I hope we go on and win it, of course. And it's going to be a tough game. A man of the match today, we're going to give it to you. Martinez was just simply class, as per usual. Varane held it down. Bruno, good pass for Rashford. I don't really know who to give man of the match to, actually. Casemiro went around kicking lumps out of people and fouling people. Man of the match. Rashford come on, got an assist. Martial comes on, scores. Was it man of the match worthy? Garnacho wasn't amazing. I'll just give it to Martinez. There wasn't, in a weird way, even though we've ran out comfortable winners, there wasn't really a lot going on in the game in terms of standout performer. But I think as a steady Eddie, just as what he always is, I'm going to give it to Martinez. I'll give it to Martinez. But smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let me know who your man of the match is as well. I'm out of here. Take care, guys. Peace.